Hey, this is Bill Geary, and this is the Quickstart guide for the first attempt of a spreadsheet for Carbon County Treatment Court. This is for the grant to start tracking data that's required by the grant in a fashion that makes some kind of sense. So let's just jump right in. You can see I have the sheet up right now. A couple things to point out. One, we have the calendar for data entry over here in column A. And it says select cell for date, then select the date from this calendar. You're going to use this calendar any place that a date is required. We then have first name, last name. Now here's where we start with application received. That's where the date is going to go. So we're going to walk through an example. Enrolled, and when I click on enrolled, I'm going to have a choice between yes or no. There's another date. And sorry, it looks like this, but we'll see what happens once I start putting information in. That'll make more sense in a second. I also have ethnicity, nothing surprising probably there, right? You have non-Hispanic, Hispanic, or unknown. Now, these categories for race and ethnicity came right out of the BGA performance measurement tool that they supplied with the grant. So then under race, these are the races that are listed in the grant, white, black, Asian, etc., all the way down. And then gender, the only thing that might be a little bit different about gender is male, female, and just in case, I put trans, so you could have trans male to female or trans female to male, or some type of other combination. I'm guessing for the most part it's going to be male or female. All right, so let's talk about one more thing that the spreadsheet does is it's locked the first 14 rows, as you can see, so you always have access to the headers and you always have access to the calendar. So let's run a test. So I am William Geary. I'm going to put myself in, and we'll say that you received my application on the 2nd, and notice it put the date right there. We're going to say that I was enrolled. And now we're going to use the date to put in my enrollment date. And so we'll say it took to the 11th to do that. And then it's going to ask me, do I want to overwrite the contents in this cell, which right now is use calendar to enter date, with the date. And I'm going to say yes, put the date in. So there I have the date. And then, of course, I'll enter ethnicity, non-Hispanic, race, white, and gender, male. Okay, so let's talk about what happens if I don't do that. So I'll just say Susan Moore, is the name I made up. I'll say that she was on the 9th, 4-9. And did we enroll her? And we're going to say no. We're going to say that we turned her down. Now notice what happens to the next cell over, right? The next cell over changes from use calendar to enter date to NA. And we have NA here because they were not enrolled. And then we just go through the rest as it was before. We'll say that she's Hispanic, and she's white, and female. Okay, so that's it. The other, just so you know, the other worksheet probably needs to be locked. So these are the selection choices for the drop-down menus in here. Hopefully that makes sense. Take care.